Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the dark world of business scams that have left countless people devastated and millions lost. Part 1. Ponzi schemes. Ponzi schemes are fraudulent investment scams that promise high returns with little or no risk to investors. They operate by using funds from new investors to pay returns to earlier investors rather than generating legitimate profits. The scheme is named after Charles Ponzi, who famously used this method in the early 20th century. Ponzi schemes are illegal and unsustainable because they rely on an ever-growing number of new investors to pay returns to earlier ones. They inevitably collapse when the flow of new investors slows down, leaving the majority of participants with losses. These schemes often involve deception and false promises, exploiting investors' greed and desire for quick and easy profits. Charles Ponzi promised investors a 50% profit within 45 days, or a 100% profit within 90 days, exploiting the concept of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Part 2. Pyramid schemes. Pyramid schemes are similar to Ponzi schemes in that they rely on recruiting new participants to pay returns to earlier investors. However, there are some key differences. Pyramid schemes are often illegal because they involve deceptive practices and the exploitation of participants. They can be disguised in various forms, such as multi-level marketing, MLM schemes, but the defining characteristic is the emphasis on recruiting new members rather than selling genuine products or services. Many jurisdictions have laws specifically targeting pyramid schemes to protect consumers from financial harm. Part 3. Investment fraud. Investment fraud refers to any deceptive practice or scheme designed to convince individuals to invest their money in fraudulent or non-existent ventures with the promise of high returns or other benefits. It encompasses a wide range of fraudulent activities perpetrated by individuals, groups, or companies seeking to unlawfully obtain funds from investors. Here are some common types of investment fraud. 1. Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes. As discussed earlier, Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes promise high returns to investors, but rely on recruiting new participants to pay returns to earlier investors. These schemes eventually collapse when there are not enough new investors to sustain payouts. 2. Advance fee fraud. In advance fee fraud, perpetrators promise investors high returns, but require them to pay an upfront fee or advance fee before they can access the investment opportunity. Once the fee is paid, the fraudsters often disappear without providing any investment returns. 3. High-yield investment programs, HYIPs. HYIPs promise unusually high returns on investment, often claiming to invest in speculative or unconventional ventures. In reality, they are often Ponzi schemes that use new investors' funds to pay returns to earlier investors. 4. Affinity fraud. Affinity fraud occurs when fraudsters target members of a specific group or community, such as religious or ethnic groups, exploiting trust and common bonds to solicit investments. The fraudsters may be members of the same group or may pose as trusted individuals within the community. 5. False or misleading investment opportunities. This type of fraud involves misrepresenting or concealing important information about an investment opportunity to deceive investors. This may include falsifying financial statements, exaggerating potential returns, or withholding information about the risks involved. 6. Unregistered securities and promissory notes. Fraudsters may offer unregistered securities or promissory notes that promise high returns but are not properly registered with regulatory authorities. Investors may be lured by the promise of quick profits without realizing the risks involved. Part 4. Corporate fraud. Corporate fraud involves individuals within a company engaging in deceptive or illegal practices for personal gain or to benefit the corporation unfairly, leading to financial losses, damage to reputation, and erosion of trust among stakeholders. It undermines the integrity of businesses, financial markets, and the broader economy, highlighting the importance of transparency, accountability, and ethical conduct in corporate governance. Part 5. Online scams. Online scams are deceptive schemes orchestrated over the internet to trick individuals into giving away personal information, money, or both. They exploit vulnerabilities such as trust, ignorance, or urgency, often masquerading as legitimate offers or services. These scams can range from phishing emails and fake websites to romance scams and investment fraud. Online scams not only cause financial losses, but also erode trust in online platforms and technologies, emphasizing the need for vigilance, skepticism, and awareness of digital risks in today's interconnected world. So, what can we learn from these shocking business scams? First and foremost, it's essential to exercise caution and skepticism when presented with investment opportunities that seem too good to be true. As technology has advanced, so too have the methods of scam artists. Online scams have become increasingly prevalent, targeting unsuspecting victims through email, social media, and fake websites. From phishing scams that trick individuals into revealing personal information to investment fraud schemes that promise unrealistic returns, online scams have cost victims billions of dollars worldwide. Conclusion: always do your due diligence, research the company or individual offering the investment, and never invest money that you can't afford to lose. Additionally, be vigilant against corporate fraud by scrutinizing financial statements, conducting independent audits, and holding executives accountable for their actions. And finally, when it comes to online scams, never share personal information or financial details with unknown parties, and always verify the authenticity of websites and emails before taking any action. Thank you for joining us as we explored the shocking business scams that have left millions in ruin. Remember to stay informed, stay vigilant, and protect yourself against fraud. Until next time, take care.